some reason, like the Earth's magnetic field just like disappeared or something?
Did you see that? Did you see that thing about the tree that got found? They found like a 46,000-year-old tree, lived for 1,500 years, buried in some soil somewhere. When they were doing some geothermal and whatnot, the tree lived during the time when the poles almost shifted. They did like a 90-degree shift and they went back. And it's locked in. I didn't read enough about it to know how they figured it out. But when they scanned the rings, they were able to show that the magnetic field had split, and it almost flipped.
That's insane. Because I know every once in a while the magnetic poles will flip.
Yeah.
I don't know how often though. I think it's every 1,000 years or so.
It's longer than that. Otherwise, we would have hit it.
It's true.
What's worse is, no, there's proof because I believe the original proof has something to do with seabed.
Hey Peter, can you check and see what the jellyfish's timing is? They're out there prepping. When they're gonna come in. Bro, did you get some dinner?
No, how
Good. It's good, right?
Something. I don't know enough to talk about. Yeah, it's got something to do with that. That's all I know.
Okay, so the pole reversal always varied, but for example, in a 4 million year period, there were 10 reversals. So, get it one every 400,000 years, but even then it varies. Again, think about it. I think a lot of electricity is based on that magnetic field. If it reversed, maybe we'd be fine. But if for some reason it just disappeared, and if the only consequence was just the internet, we'd be done.
Well, I know that the magnetic field itself is what makes up, is what stops cosmic radiation coming in the field.
Oh, so yeah.
So if the poles flip, I'm guessing all that in between their flip, that bad things are going to happen. So you're not going to have any of that.
Total environmental destruction. Oh, it'd be worse than global cancer. Yeah, that's like a fundamental thing about the Earth. I wouldn't be surprised even if the magnetic field was gone, if the Earth just stopped spinning. And if the Earth started to slow down and stop spinning, then...
This German scientist says the worst thing that could happen is it's a slow process. Because if it slowly does it, it has to weaken the poles, and then they'll flip back to what it is. And during that time, then you don't get killed by all the radiation.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
you're right.
But yeah, this is saying coronal mass ejections from the sun are stopped.
Maybe that's what they're researching in Area 51.
Ozone holes, it says, would occur probably. They could last for around 10 years, more than 10 years. And skin cancer rates would be on the rise. This gentleman wrote a paper proposing that a direct link between the demise of Neanderthals and a significant decrease in the geomagnetic field intensity during exactly the same period. Well, this guy proposes that. And then, of course, you have the horrible ads after the news article. The concierge hotel guest is
Also, it looks like the last pole reversal was about 780,000 years ago. On average, they happen every 400,000 years. So we are about twice over the point where a pole reversal happens. The only exception is apparently 40,000 years ago, the poles almost switched, but they went back to normal.
all we have to do is take a screenshot, flip it upside down, and turn it into a Earth forge. And then just go in the center.
Are we ready? Are we having some jellyfish action? All right. So I'll turn on the microphone for you. You want one?
Again, the fact that just over the past 1,000, 2,000 years, some so reliant on them.
Okay, George, are we good with the, everything looks good? Hello, everyone.
Let's check this one. And this one? Okay, this is a double microphone event. So first, we will do our presentations, the class presentations. And then what we're going to do is some thank yous and some reintroductions and thank yous to the teaching assistants, et cetera, et cetera. So our first group up is the Jellyfish. Woo!
No, GoPro 360 Fusion.
So I'm thinking we turn the lights down here a little bit so we can see that a little better. Just a little bit.
You have a building
That's
manager?
more dramatic.
I guess this guy knows.
Hi everyone, we are Jellyfish. Today we are going to share our experience at Rowan University. In our presentation, we have 4 main points. First, Independence Seaport Museum. Second, VR project. And then we have our campus activity. Last, we have some reflections. So now, let's welcome Group 1.
Can you get a good view of them from the camera? It looks like they might be blocking from my perspective.
Hello everyone.
My name is Evita.
My name is Cindy.
My name is Ethan.
My name is Jasmine.
Today we are going to tell you what we have learned in
at the Rowan University. I would like to start my presentation with the trip we went to the Seaport Museum. At the Seaport Museum, I saw a wooden box. I was curious what happened in the past, so I looked into the history of this box. And this is what happened. The box was used to put in black people and sold to be slaves. This is also related to the American Civil War. The American Civil War was started in the year of 1861. It ended in the year of 1865. They almost fought for 5 years. Why did they fight? It is because of the racial discrimination. The Southern of America said they needed black people to work for them, but the Northern Americans said, stop forcing black people to work for us. They should be free. So they started the fight. I think it is not fair to force anyone to work for us because every human being is equal.
Next, I will tell you what we have learned in marine biology class. In marine biology class, we learned about horseshoe crabs and Asian shore crabs. We used microscope to observe the eggs from those two animals. We also learned about their body structure. We found out that the horseshoe crabs have 10 eyes. It is something new for us to learn. And we also learned how to tell the difference between the female horseshoe crabs and male horseshoe crabs. The female horseshoe crabs are bigger than male horseshoe crabs. I think in this class we learned many new things. The most interesting part is when we are using the microscope to observe the eggs from the horseshoe crabs. We could see it was moving, as you can see on the slide, which was very interesting.
VR stands for virtual reality. In the virtual reality class, we learn about how to use the programmability to make the games. We use the model to make other things, such as building, map, and other characters. But playing VR games still needs a lot of things. For example, the goggles and control. We use the goggles to experiment the game. And we use the controller to play it. For this class, I've never had experiments for making VR games. I didn't know we should write code by ourselves. Either. Now, I know computer programming is a hard work. I hope I will be the game developer like teacher someday.
Learning in Rowan University is a very good experience for me. We learned many things here. When we went to go to the science class, we did not just listen. We learned by doing. So I have future. I can go to the foreign country, yes, or see a foreign country.
Thank you.
Today, I want to tell you the Cruiser Olympiad in the Independence Seaport Museum. This is my first time to visit a battleship. So I was nervous and excited. I entered the boat and saw the American flag first. Then I saw a lot of bedrooms. I wondered that the soldiers could really sleep in it because the bedrooms are so small. How can they fit in this small place? There are lots of weapons too. In addition to these things, there are also dining tables, kitchens, toilets, and other equipment. The most surprising part is that there is an operating table. It is such an important space for those soldiers. I think the Independence Seaport Museum is very interesting. This trip let me know a lot about the American battleship. I hope I can go to the Independence Seaport Museum again next time.
What I'm going to report today is the most interesting activity, fossil collections. I collect 5 fossils during this trip. They are concretions, bacterial poop, and swim swallow, cast, and sponge and oyster. I think bacterial poop is most disgusting because it is a fossil of poop, but I still like the feeling of digging fossil. It's just like treasure hunt. You'll never know what is happening next.
Today I'm going to tell about our VR teacher, Teacher Joseph, Teacher Alex, and Teacher George. They teach us to do our VR work. This is my first time to do VR. I think VR world is cool because it was a 3D world. I was excited when I did VR because I can create VR worlds and games by ourselves. VR world is like a magic world. It took us to another magic place. I think that will be one of the best memories for me. I felt happy when I was at the VR class.
Thanks for listening.
Explosion.
Hello everyone, my name is Ryan.
My name is Chris.
My name is Edison.
My name is Ethan.
Today we're going to tell you what we learned in Rowan University. First, Chris is going to talk about the explosion in the Seaport Museum.
In the science lab of the Seaport Museum, we learned about why steamboat could explode easily. It was because we need to burn coal to get steam, and we use steam to let the boat move. If the pressure was too much in the boiler, the explosion will happen at this moment. And we also learned about dust explosion. The dust explosion will happen when there's a lot of combustible dust in the air after first explosion. Now let's welcome Ryan to talk about VR project. And I have a video for you.
In VR project, we made a castle and put some zombies. trying to make it look like a game rather than evil. But our version is a survival game. When I do this VR project, we learn how to use Unity to make our own world and how to download online textures to make our own world more colorful. Before I learned VR, I thought BA computer programming is easy. But now, I think programming is not easy at all after I learned it. Next, Edison going to tell you about Saul Marsh's class.
In Dr. Beck's class, we made our first own salt marsh. I think this class activity was cool because we learned a lot of new information. For example, we learned that salt marshes can stop most bottles and trashes going to the ocean. Salt marshes also can provide some animals place to rest. The most important thing is salt marshes is a home to many animals and even some endangered animals. So we really need to protect salt marshes. In Taiwan, we have salt marshes and beaches too. After having this marine science class, I understand how important that salt marshes is. I think we all need to do our best to protect those important nature resources. In fact, at April 22nd, you know what day is it? It's Earth Day. We Tsai Hsing grade 5 students have a chance to clean the beach in Yilan, Taiwan. I am happy that I did this. We all need to do our best to protect our Earth. Next, finally, we have Ethan to say our reflection.
We think that the classes at Rowan University is very meaningful to us because we can improve our English speaking skills. Talking to English teacher is awesome, but talking to the real American people is even better. At Rowan University, we can learn how to use the correct way to speak English. We can even share interesting things in Taiwan with our TAs. We can have more chances to speak English with our TAs. The most important part is that we have so much fun here. I'm really happy about the classes at Rowan University. Let's protect our Earth together. Thank you, everyone.
Hello everyone. Our group is going to share what we have done with all of you. Hi, I'm Morris. I want to talk something interesting in the Seaport Museum. That is the owl's pellets. Owls are so important for our environment because owls can eat pests. If you see many owls around here, it means this place is very clean. Owls' pellets are something owls cannot digest or pull up. You can find fur and bone inside them. This is the first time I had chance to see owl's pellets. This is a very interesting experience. I like this field trip very much.
Hi, I'm Duncan. Next, I want parents food web crabs. Food web have predators, prey, and plants. Predators eat meat and their prey eat plants. Teacher told us that food web is important to the habitat because if the prey disappeared, the predator would die. If the plant disappeared, the prey would die too. And we played a game about food web. First, we drew an animal card. I got a snail card. Snails eat dead plants. People who got plant cards should use the rope and make a connection with me. Some people got blue crabs and they are predators. I think this game is very meaningful because I can learn more about food web from this game.
Hi, I'm Daniel. VR class is very interesting too. Before we started the class, we had to download a program called Unity. After this, we had to learn how to create a virtual world. We built many houses, tall buildings, convenience stores, and playgrounds. I think developing VR games is very difficult. Next time, when I play VR games, I would love to know how the games was made. Now I have basic ideas of the VR games created.
Hi, I'm Jerry. Lastly, we would like to say thank you to all the professors and TAs because they taught and helped us a lot. I learned a lot of things. We had little chance to learn in Taiwan. I felt that the days we spent at Rowan University have paid off, and this is going to be the most unforgettable memory in my life.
Thank you, everyone.
We had the same.
Hi, my name is Ariel.
My name is Amber.
My name is Dora.
My name is Alan.
First, we want to share our experience at the submarine Bakuna.
Look, there's a big submarine. I haven't seen that big boat before. That is submarine Bakuna. It launched in 1944. Its complete 5 wartime patrols the Pacific Ocean. Right, submarine Bakuna was built in New London. During World War II, Becky sailed across the Pacific Ocean. It was so cool.
When we went there, we were all shocked. Why the soldiers could live in there? The beds were small, the doors were narrow. I can't imagine how people run in this small place.
Yes, but do you know, it's just like home. It still has bathrooms, kitchen, bedroom, and everything we need. They even have room and play poker card.
Wow! Next, we want to share our experience at the oxygen class.
Do you think it's a great thing to have a lot of nutrition in the river?
No, that will be eutrophication.
What is eutrophication?
Eutrophication means there has too many nutrients in the water that will help seaweed grow too fast. And the oxygen in the water will be not enough. The fish will die if they don't have enough oxygen to breathe.
This is called a death zone.
How can we prevent eutrophication from happening?
Let me think about it. Maybe we could use less fertilizer because we don't want too many fishes stay in one place. And then we could get oxygen by planting plants. And then the chemical equation is
Sunlight plus 6 CO2 and plus 6 H2O.
in Dr. Charles' class, teacher used clay to teach us how photosynthesis works. It was fun to learn in such an easy way.
Teacher Charles also used a machine to measure oxygen in the water.
We went down the classroom and measured all water area in Rowan University.
It is interesting to have this experience.
I don't even know there's oxygen in the water before I take this class.
By the way, thanks Teacher Charles used the easiest way to let us know how to be a scientist and patiently teaching us in step by step. Last, we want to share our experience at VR project. Have you ever imagined we are designing VR by ourselves?
In Rowan University, we designed VR world by using program Unity.
Learning how to design VR is very hard. Yes, taking class is a little bit boring in the beginning. I almost fell asleep.
Wake up! I think it's really cool to design VR by myself because it is very cool. And I never tried that before, so it is very fresh to me.
When we learn new things, we can get tired sometimes. However, when we got to see we can build a mountain, floor, or buildings by ourselves, we are all deeply touched. Thanks Teacher George, Teacher Alex, and Teacher Joseph for teaching us patiently and answering our questions. Thank you, teachers. We all appreciate that.
Oh no.
The presentations was cool, right? Well, in Rowan University, we have new challenges every day. And we have a special challenge that I want to show you, and we are proud of it because we made it together. So let's check it out.
actually, we still got some words that we are a little bit shy to say that, so we wrote them in the card instead. So we call your names, please come on the stage, and then our kids will show the cards to you, and then take a picture with us, please. So the first one will go to Dr. Bass. Please clap your hands. Yes. Please. Okay. Okay, the next one will go to Dr. Aaron, please. Yay. Thank you. And Dr. Charles, yes, the scientist maker. Thank you. And Dr. George. Yes.
Yeah.
Yay. Woohoo.
Yeah, get him, George.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
And teacher Jenna. Yoo-hoo. Hey.
What's it say?
Yeah.
Aww. Technically, it was addressed.
Thank you. And the next one comes to Roy. Hey. Aww.
No.
Thank you. And teacher Alex.
Thank you.
Thank you. And teacher Joe of Joseph.
Get him, wait. Yeah, get him, Joe. Ooh, little acrobat there. I feel like I'm just this tall.
Cheese. Yay. And teacher Christine always helps us to deal with a lot of things. Basketball, baseball, recreation center. Thank you
Got
so
some
much.
pictures, I suppose.
Okay.
Oh, God, I got a little cat.
Oh, there you go. And teacher Peter. Peter, Peter, Peter.
Woo! Where's the little puppy? Oh, nice.
Yes, there we go. We got some films that can move eventually. So let's take a. How about jellyfish? Yeah. Okay, so I hope that will be working anyway.
Not working.
You saw it. We're not lying.
Thank you, Jellyfish.
Well, there's one kid that wanted to be a game. The rest of them said it was hard. To be fair, it was pretty.
All right, Jellyfish.
We'll see what the high school is.
My voice.
One of them said he had like full VR setup. He was playing on the PlayStation. He was trying to like buy all these equipment. He was actually like the names of the pro levels and stuff. He said he was gonna put it on all his stuff. He was gonna do.
There we go. Okay, so thank you so much, Jellyfish. That was awesome. Very, very nice job, and very clearly you had a good time here. So now it's flounder time. And are flounders and clams going together, or are flounders separate? Flounders are separate, right? Yep. All right. Come on. Come on up.
You good, George? Round two.
Sorry. All right, so if everyone would please give their attention to the flounders and the clams, I will now pass it off to the stars.
Woo! It's our MC.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hey!
Hey.
Woo!
I'm Sean, and I'm from the groups of clams. I'm tonight's host, so yep. We had the most unforgettable time here in Rowan University for 10 days with all the professors and all the TAs, RAs, and all the teachers we got. So we're going to show what we have learned these 10 days. So welcome to our first group with Annie, Anne, and Amy for the Dr. Beth and Dr. Aaron's classes. Give them a round of applause.
My name is Amy. She is Winnie and she is Anne. Today we are going to present Dr. Beth and Dr. Aaron's class. So I
first, we'll start with Dr. Aaron's class. He teaches us 2 kinds of animals, and the first one is horseshoe crabs. It looks cool, right? But creepy. My friend said it was gross, and I think it's normal. Like us, we're people. We can't change our face. So what we need to do is respect every life in the universe, and this is its eggs. We use a microscope to watch closer, and the coolest thing is it can move.
And the next animal is Asian shrew crab. It was small and cute. We use the microscope to see its egg. It's like the red pig, but it's smaller and green. Why we need to learn this? You guys may think we can learn more animals, but in Dr. Aaron class, we need to learn how to use the microscope to see the other animals' eggs, like fish.
So what we usually learn is how to use a microscope. And when we grow up, we will remember how to use it because of Dr. Aaron's class. And next teacher is Dr. Beth. And these days, we're learning about how to saving the earth. She teaches us many cycles of substances, like water cycle, carbon cycle, and nitrogen cycle. The upstream water polluted by the factory wastewater until the sea, and the fish lives their environment, and then we eat it.
In the end, we will eat the containment. In Dr. Bay's class, we learn how to measure the water quality. Like this picture. This picture is mean the water quality is great.
And then what if the water quality bad? What should we do if the water quality bad? That's what we learn. We learn little things to do with the pollution. Don't eat too much meat. We can walk or ride bicycle. Make sure to do well on recycle.
And at the end, we want to say thank you to our teachers. Thank you for teaching us how to protect the world we live. And we learn many animals like horseshoe crab. It's creepy but fun. And this time in Rowan School, we learn many things about the ocean. It's fun and interesting.
Thank you.
Okay. So next we will have William, Charlie, Haley, and Ian to show us what they have saw in Cape May. Give them a big hand.
I'm Haley.
I'm Ian.
I'm Charlie.
I'm William.
I'm starting our presentation. Let us know where Cape May is. Cape May is a city in New Jersey. This work can tell us in detail. First of all, I want to say is the area has 1,607 square kilometers big. It's famous for seaside tourism, bird watching, and so on. It's a great place to visit when you travel to New Jersey. Now, let us talk about the history of Cape May.
I'm going to talk about Cape May history. The city is named for Dutch captain Cornelius Jacobsen May, who explored and discovered the area between 1611 to 1614. It became Cape Island City on March 10, 1851, and finally became the city of Cape May City on March 9, 1869. Next, we will introduce the animal in Cape May.
We met Mr. B and Mr. B in the afternoon. They took us to the beach and showed us some sea animals. We saw a lot of sea animals in Cape May. I was impressed by two kinds of animals, horseshoe crabs and sand crabs. The horseshoe crabs have 5 pairs of legs and a long tail on its bottom. Horseshoe crabs also have 10 eyes. There are 6 kinds of horseshoe crabs in the world, and they are thought to be 400 million years old. Older than any dinosaurs. The gun state is is important to the life cycle of the Atlantic horseshoe crabs, and it's the sand crabs. Sand crabs' lives are short. They only live 2 to 3 years, but they can lay their eggs in the first year of their life. The egg color is orange. There are 11 kinds of sand crabs, and sand crabs can only walk backwards, burrow themselves very first into the sand. And they can be found in Island Beach State Park and Long Beach Island. We also see the bottlenose dolphins. Bottlenose dolphins have 36 to 56 teeth in their mouths, and they search for food by their sonar. They're trained by the Navy to search for mice and enemies. There are 2 kinds of bottlenose dolphins, and they really enjoy a dive into the wave. Bottlenose dolphins make their way towards to the Garden State. They usually swim up from the Carolinas. Next, we can include famous spots in Cape May. Let's welcome Redden.
Cape May Lighthouse is a lighthouse located in the state of New Jersey at the tip of Cape May. It was built in 1859. This is my first time go there. I was surprised. It is perfect. It is the best lighthouse I have ever seen. The lighthouse is famous for its scenery. Many people go there for it. Sightseeing is fun to me. The beach is very popular. People go there for the lighthouse, and there's a lot of cool shows.
That's all. Thanks for listening our presentation.
Last but not least, we have the last group of the founders, which is Money, Leo, Lucas, and Charlie will introduce their VR world to us. Can we get them some noise, please?
Hello everyone, I'm Charlie, he is Lucas, he is Leo, and he is Money. Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to introduce VR marsh, which we made by ourselves.
Before, we only know VR is a high-tech product for video games and entertainment.
Our VR professor George introduced VR carefully in the courses and let us experience VR devices.
Then we realized that being a VR game programmer is not as simple as we thought.
In addition to equipment, you need to prepare material and that can work smoothly.
We also make unique VR marshes by ourselves. There are 4 VR projects by Flounders.
The first one was made by Winnie, Amy, and Ann. The second one was made by Leo, Ian, and Haley.
The third one was made by Ethan and Lucas and Charlie. The fourth one is made by Money and Charlie.
Next, we invite Leo to introduce his Marsh Resource Center.
Okay, and I'm Leo. Hello everyone, I'm Leo and I'm going to introduce my VR project. in behavior of Team Flounder. And you can see in the picture, there's a resort center building, and that's a hotel. And a forest, mountain, marsh, and other lands, kind of like marsh. And I would do this because I want to be a different style of other groups, and so I add something like hotels and cars here, and I put it the tall grass that make it much like a marsh. And you can see the sea. This was quiet and maybe it's green, but that's my fault. It would be a green. So that's all the details I learned and noticed from Dr. Charles' class and in the trip in these days. And that's all my introduction.
Thanks Leo's introduction. Now, Manny will tell us how he found the problem and found a solution to solve the problem.
Hello, I'm Manny. When I first heard about the VR, I thought it was expensive and easy. Until I took Dr. George's class, I knew how hard it was to code. For example, the game setting. At first, I thought it was just placing some models around the screen. However, when I put the models on the ground, I noticed that my models were floating in the air. I spent 30 minutes to moving them back on the earth, but it was too tired, so I deleted all the models in the field and created them again for 1 hour. I asked the teacher for help, and the teacher told us the solution to the questions. I learned one important thing, that is, I have to be very careful when coding.
Thanks, Manny.
After they introduce their VR project, now we are going to let you know more about VR.
Yes, the soldier can use VR technology to simulate a battlefield. So VR is very useful.
Now we are able to develop better technology. However, we also need to take care of our single system at the same time.
Otherwise, we won't have a clean planet.
Thanks for listening.
Coming up is the next group, the group of 5. So let's welcome the first group with Kitty, Melody, Tanya, and Wendy. Can't wait to share what they have discovered in Dr. Charles and Dr. George's class.
Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about Dr. Charles and Dr. George's lesson. We learned about photosynthesis and respiration in Dr. Charles' class. This is a cycle that plants get sunshine and produce oxygen. Then all creatures use it to breathe and produce CO2.
We had an experiment in Dr. Charles' class. First, we need to prepare 6 bottles of water in different happenings. The oxygen in the water was already measured 18 hours ago. Second, we make the hypothesis that shows what we expect the amount of the oxygen will change. Third, each team takes one of the bottle and measure what the amount of the oxygen is now. We use a special tool to measure. After these steps, Dr. Charles teaches us to do the math. We calculate the rate of the change of the oxygen.
In photosynthesis, oxygen increases, and in respiration, oxygen decreases. So we can find out that the water in different health situations does more photosynthesis or respiration.
This is a note that records through the experiment, and these are our bottles in different happenings. No addition in the light, no addition in the dark. Add sugar and put it in the light, add sugar and put it in the dark. Add fertilizer and put it in the light, add fertilizer and put it in the dark. In Dr. Chow's class, we learn how to be a scientist. Everyone can be a scientist. You need patience, have time, observe things, and ask questions. Thanks to Dr. Charles, we learned these attitudes, not just the knowledge of lesson. In these 10 days, we learned a lot about science, also many fun experiences that we had never been. Thanks to all of teachers and TARA. Under your patience, we have a fun and impressive experience here. I'm going to introduce Dr. Joseph. Dr. Joseph lesson. In our first class, he showed us a fantastic games that they create, such as dinosaur, robot, and horror games. Then he started to teach us how to use a program called Unity. Unity is a program that we can create our own world and our own character. Everything in it is built by streaks and dots. They connect together and become to mold. We can set terrain and color it in Unity. It also can make the screen more abundant by download the module. What's more, we can use the 3D scanner to scan ourselves and put ourselves into the Unity game. It is hard to move things in this program because we can only move a plane one at a time. So we have to be patient and careful. And also thanks to teacher Alex and Joseph.
Applying VR to the real world. We often heard VR in the light, but we don't surely understand what it is. VR is a technology that we can see the thing we want to create. So we can show people the thing more clearly or hard to see. Today, this technology is using many aspects, like medical, constructing buildings, and games. Medical including physiology and medical training. We can use VR to practice our medical skill, so we can avoid always use real human body. It is desirable to everyone, so VR is a good choice. Constructing building. We may want to see the house we want to buy, but in the end we don't buy. So it's embarrassing. We can use VR to view it. VR also can show engineers' idea more clearly and distinctly. So we can understand more about the construction. Maybe you will buy it. Everyone likes to play games, but 2D not satisfies everyone. So maybe we have to create 3D world. Everyone thinks this is exciting, and company will attract many more customers, and customer will think this is exciting. Oh, I will buy it. So everyone will think happy. Applying VR is also good in game. Thank you.
Next, we got Johnny, Quan, Patrick, and Justin will share us the beauty of Cape May.
I'm Patrick.
I'm Justin.
I'm Johnny. I'm Quan. Good evening, everyone. We're going to share our trip to Cape May. This is Humpback Whales.
This is horseshoe crab, bottlenose dolphins, seagulls, and red knots. They are all common in Cape May.
And this is Cape May Harbor. You can see many fishing boats in the picture. And just we saw, we can guess that the local people is fishing for a livelihood. Also, Cape May is a subtropical city, so there are many creatures living in nearby salt marsh. So you can also take boats out to see some creatures in salt marsh.
Then we're going to share our trip note. I'm going to start it first. We went on boat, and Brittany, who worked on the boat, told us many fun facts about the creature. The rockweed, which looked similar like a bubble paper. It was pretty cool, and I have never experienced it before. Oyster topfish was another creature that I touched. It felt like a jelly, and I couldn't hold it easily. Sea urchin can use its stings to stick on a rock, but its stings won't hurt you. And I knew the fun fact about the sea urchin. It has a mouth at the middle, and its mouth is also its anus. Spider crab has seaweed on its back. Its legs can disguise in the ocean, so its enemy can catch it easily. Spider crab was friendly. It wouldn't bite you while you caught it. And I thought a hermit crab was a funny creature. It often hides in the shell, and it is cool to see it climb out.
And this is my turn. Last Sunday, we went on the boat to see some creatures in salt marsh. The most creatures we saw in salt marsh are seabirds. There are many kinds of seabirds, such as herring gull, snowy egret, and more. You can see on the picture, these seabirds will nest on a floating guide clump. We had seen the whole seabirds family on it. It's just over there. And we had learned a lot from the introduction of the crew, such as how ecosystem of salt marsh works, the biological structure of salt marsh and their habits. Now I learned that every creatures in salt marsh are important, as small to plankton, as large to seabirds are indispensable.
I'm Johnny. I went to the Cape May on Sunday and I have learned a lot of knowledge about this trip. Like I know the horseshoe crab mouth is on the middle of it, and we touch a special seaweed can deplay like a bubble paper. And we have seen a lot of sea creatures like seabirds and like oyster, conch, and spider crabs. And the teacher on the boat had taught us many knowledge, like how those animals eat and how they live. And so much provide the animal important home and reduce the damage when stored crops. So it plays an important role in the nature.
We had a boat trip in Cape May. First, we boarded on a small boat. Then each of us was given a pair of binoculars to allow us to identify the bird we saw. When we finally entered the salt marsh, the boat suddenly stopped. The crew started to put down the nets. A few minutes later, they brought in a box with some seaweed and water in it. We were all very curious and went to take a look. Then she introduced us to a special feature of the seaweed. It had some bubble on it, allowing it to float on the water. After that, many marine animals were sent in. We later saw the sea urchins, which were very cute with some sting moving on it. Later, a very special creature came in. Its name was oyster toadfish. It was a very special species. There are also many special creatures we met in our trip. Hermit crab habitat in the shell is found. Spider crabs rely seaweed to disguise themselves, and blue claw crabs have their special blue claws. They are all very interesting. Then I'm going to introduce an animal we saw in the trip. Oyster toadfish have leopard print and toad skin and catfish shape. They can be found in rock, vegetation, and other dark spots.
in warm seasons. Horseshoe crab are very sensitive to light. They have 10 eyes, a pair of compound eye on their prosoma. By the way, never hold the horseshoe crab by its tail. It may hurt its animal. Hermit crab prefer certain shells. They will move into a larger shell when it grows up, and they will fight for the shell if necessary, but they won't hurt healthy snail for the new shells. Sea urchins have globoid shape without any arms. Like other echinoderms, they have five-fold symmetry and move under a large number of hydrology with their 2 feet. And blue-core crab will eat anything it comes across. It can live for around 4 years and grow larger than 9 inches. They have 5 sets of legs with the front converted to larger claw. We all learned a lot in the university and we got a lot of new knowledge. That is the end of our presentation. Thanks for participating.
Okay, let's welcome our last group. Me, Alan, Christian, and Sean. Can you give us a round of applause?
I'm Adam.
I'm Christian.
I'm Sean.
I'm another Sean.
Summer, Lecakes, and Alex and Joe are our VR teachers. They show us what VR is and how to make it. They brought us to a VR terminal at Rowan. A large screen in the shape of half circle came into first sight. I was so shocked and amazed by this expensive but novel new technology. In the tunnel, we see a lot of applications of VR. For instance, it simulated a drone taking us to a tour, looking at the beautiful scene in Philadelphia. Another example is caterpillar simulator. A caterpillar simulator is a very cool thing. They can answer your question by making caterpillar nodding or shaking its head.
In Taiwan, what we've learned about VR is just all about games. After taking VR courses at Rowan University by Mr. Lecakes, our thought for VR have changed. First of all, we never knew how can VR affect our everyday lives. Let's take learning as an example. By using VR goggles, they can show students what thing is like three-dimensionally instead of flat, boring pictures. The second point is the application of medical uses. On medical uses, doctors can transparent the patient's body. This can make the surgeons know what's going on in the patient's body and do the operation more accurately.
This is the role we made by ourselves these days. Our design concept is marsh, because it connected with what we learned in other class. And with the, as you can see, with the image shown that we can explore this world. And as many same RPG games, all the objects in this area are touchable. And as you can see, we can jump into the house. And when we look up into the sky, we can see everything. And you should be able to picking up items and hanging around. But due to the less time we have,
we couldn't make it time to. Maybe some days in the future we can create code not by teacher but ourselves. And the world we create is an interesting area, and it will be more successful in the future.
Okay. Since programming is like very logical for me, so I had a tough time these days. For Unity, the coding language that we're using is called the C++. And actually, we have done this at school's computer class before. So is not that hard for me. And when Dr. Lecakes is demonstrating the things on the stage, I could always understand. But when I'm trying to do those things for myself, like summon an object, it's like I just couldn't make it. But after asking Dr. Lecakes, Alex, and Joe, and all of my friends, and I finally can code an object out myself. I have to thank you for all of you who give me a hand on this project. Joe, Alex, Dr. Lecakes, and all my friends. So thank you all. This is the end of our presentation. Thank you. I still got something for you guys. I'm represented all the camps and all the founders to give you guys a speech. Just for thank you all. It's like I would like to express my appreciation for all of you at this special occasion. First, I have to appreciate all the professors, including Dr. Beth, Dr. Aaron, Dr. Charles, and Dr. Lecakes. Without you guys, I couldn't learn things with environment and biology, virtual reality, and so on. Dr. Beth, could you come up with me? Dr. Beth revealed a lot of terrible things that human beings have done to our environment. Also, experiments take a very important part in Dr. Beth's class. Also, Dr. Beth recommended us a website which told us where the garbage flows to. And Dr. Beth also explained how eutrophication can harm our environment. And we got a card for you, so yeah. Okay. You stay. Next, we got Dr. Aaron. Dr. Aaron taught us a lot of things about the animals in the marsh. In this class, we learned about to classify female crabs and male crabs, and we also learned about things of Asian shore crabs and horseshoe crabs. So once I observed things under a microscope, and it was a horseshoe crab's egg, and it was almost hatched. So this is a cool experience with a lot of people won't have in the future. So. Okay, next we got Dr. Charles. Round of applause, guys. In Dr. Charles' class, we learned about a lot of things between the food chains and water. We had done an experiment on the speed of photosynthesis and respiration. Although this experiment didn't work well at last, but Dr. Charles told us what causes this barrier to this experiment patiently. So. we stayed in Rowan University for 10 days. In these 10 days, we've done a lot of things with Mr. Lecakes in the tech park. Please come up on the stage. Dr. Lecakes, he is a professional programmer. And what he taught us is about an application which is called the Unity. And Unity is a widely seen game engine, which is like you can see everywhere on your phone or on your computer. Not only games, but VR things and 3D objects can be built on Unity. Dr. Lecakes shows us some cool new technology devices, including the HTC Vive, the Oculus Go, and the Microsoft HoloLens. So, give me a round of applause. Okay, and here comes the second appreciation. It's for all the TAs and RAs. Please come up on the stage with me. Peter, Kristen, Joe, Alex, Ali, Gianna, Jesse, and Roddy. Come on. Round of applause, please. In these 10 days, all of you help us a lot. Not only in the dorm, but also outside of the dorm. We got a lot of problems, but all of you solved the problem patiently and over again and again. So when we didn't understand anything, you guys explained us well, and with full patience, and leading us to finish our work by ourselves. My mentor is Ali and Alex. Woo. And they brought 2 games in the first morning. The first one is called the Ninja. This game brought me a lot of happiness, and the second one is Would You Rather. The debate between you two is like so hilarious. It's like it just broke the ice successfully. Okay. We got cards for you. Okay. For us, the last appreciation is for all the TSSH teachers who comes with us, including Ms. Tang over there, Ms. Cheng over there, Mr. Liu over there, and Mr. Chang over there. For Ms. Tang, she translated almost everything that the professor says, so it's like everything. And for Ms. Chen, she just took a lot of photos for us and put all our memories into the gallery. And for Mr. Liu, he take care for us and reminding us of the importance of being on time and make sure that we're safe and without any accident. So this trip is unforgettable and is awesome. So thank you all.
Flounders and clams, that was a great job. Thank you. Thank you very much. And thanks everyone for taking the time to come here to join us at Rowan for the last 10 days. I would like to personally thank the faculty for doing such a great job. Dr. Aaron, Dr. Charles, Dr. George, thank you so much. I would like to thank the TAs for doing such a fabulous job. So, Brody, Jesse, Gianna, Allie, Joe, Alex, thank you so much. Our resident assistants, Peter, and and Kristen, without whom nothing would ever be done. And we have one other person to thank who really is the person that made sure everything happened, and that is Noreen Eller. So thank you so much for all of And I would like to thank the teachers and all of you who came here to and took the time to bring the students here to Rowan. I know this is your summer vacation, and if we make your summer vacation much shorter by this experience. So thank you so much for taking the time. And last but not least, let us thank you, the students, for being so fabulous. It was so much fun to work with you over the last 10 days, and we hope to stay friends forever. And I think in a few years, some of you might decide to even come to Rowan, so we'll see you in class. So that concludes our agenda for the evening. Our program is officially concluded. I hope everyone has had enough brownies and coffee. I think there's probably still more out there. I did hear some thunder, so before we leave, we want to make sure it's safe to walk. If it's not, we'll hang out for a little longer. But yeah, thanks so much.
Let's see if there's any thunder.